Welcome to the Chew on This podcast. Join your host, Dr. Katie Chew, and her guests as they chew on what matters, one story at a time.
Welcome back to another episode of Chew on This podcast, and I'm your host, Dr. Katie Chew. And today I have a repeat guest,
Yes, ma'am.
Tony Sommer. How are you today?
I could not be better.
Good.
It is a beautiful day.
Good. And I know last time when we met, we were at the same setting. It's the, what do you call it? The Atlanta Airport Marriott.
Yes, ma'am.
On Best
On
Road.
Best Road, yes.
Right? Because there's
two.
several.
Yes.
And how long did it take you to get here today? I think it was longer.
Yeah, an hour and 40.
Hmm.
There were 3 accidents.
Can I say thank you?
Oh, no worries. Yeah, I'm just grateful nobody was hurt in the 3 accidents I passed.
Oh, geez. I know. The other day in LA, well, I think I already told you this. I think Atlanta traffic is worse than LA's. But the other day, I also had 2 back-to-back accidents, and it took me over an hour to get home. And normally it's about 30 minutes. So,
Which is a blessing in LA.
But yeah, I mean, I think somebody did get hurt because there was just like fire trucks, paramedics and things like that. So, but hopefully nobody, passed away from those accidents. But let's go and talk about some cheery things.
Yes, absolutely.
So we are in what month right now? Because the last time I saw you, it was during the holidays, and there was a Christmas tree behind us.
Absolutely.
And this time there is no Christmas tree, but we are kind of like in spring.
Very
right?
much in spring. The perfect weather here in Atlanta, though the pollen count is extraordinary.
Oh my goodness. The last time I was out here, which was maybe about a week and a half ago, there was this yellow powder that was on top of every car that I saw.
Yes.
Yeah. And so it's better right now?
Now it's just a different kind of pollen. So now we have oak pollen and grass pollen.
And what colors are those?
They're usually little chunky things. You'll see them laying on the sidewalk.
Okay. I'll pay attention. But last time you couldn't miss it. The yellow.
No, ma'am.
It was just like
Turns your car's green.
Yeah. So, all right. I was gonna say the reason I brought up spring is because I have to say that I think seasons mean something to me nowadays, and I think for me and you to have met like last year through LinkedIn, and then for us to still stay connected, and now we're entering into spring, and we're doing a repeat on our podcast. I just feel like it's kind of like like a revival of the
Absolutely.
Energy that we started having since last year, and so I'm very thankful that I have a friend that's in Atlanta.
I'm glad you came all this way. I know you're here for other work, but I mean, this is great that it really worked out.
Yeah,
that we could be together.
I mean, for you to, take the time to actually make this happen, that's why I'm so grateful. All right, so I told my staff that today's meeting was a repeat.
Yes, ma'am.
So they generated questions, which I don't know what they are,
Oh.
but there's supposed to be some questions that are leaning towards us doing a repeat. So let's see what we get today. And, just because I need to be the nice person, I am going to have you pull questions out of the soft chew bag, and then I'm going to be pulling the hard ones. Do you want to start?
Yes, ma'am.
Or actually, before we do that, you want to tell my new followers what you do?
Oh, sure. So I'm Tony Sommer. I live here in North Georgia, and I do kind of commercial leadership. So what does that mean? I'm the Chief Commercial Officer for Treehouse Eyes, just focused on myopia care for kids. And I do a number of other projects. Prior to that, I worked with Cooper Vision in their specialty group, and I worked on the MySight brand, as well as Paragon CRT and Blanchard's OneFit, and all the Synergized brands.
Wow.
So I've done a lot of specialty contact lenses, and I'm very heavily invested in myopia.
Yes.
Because everybody's got a story.
Everybody does have a story. And, I've seen a lot of your posts, and I think you're doing a great job reminding the doctors, right, about how if they're going to be implementing a system,
Mm-hmm.
especially in myopia control space, there's a lot of different moving parts, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But they do need to have realize that it is a system, and the system needs to be, how should I say it, efficient,
Yes.
and communication
Yes.
is really important
Really
for that
important.
system
Yes, ma'am.
to function. And there were some other keywords that you would use in your post, and I don't want to. I told you earlier, I can't even pronounce that word.
Armamentarium.
Yes, you can say it for me. And you do it so well. No, for some reason, sometimes I just like tongue twisters. It's just like
It's
really,
a lot of
really.
syllables.
It is a lot of syllables. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and have you pull a question out.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, it's kind of exciting. Okay. If someone listened to both of our episodes back to back, what difference would they hear in you? If someone listened to both of our episodes back to back, what difference would they hear in you?
I can go first.
Yes, ma'am.
I think when we first did our podcast, it was early on.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was nervous.
You were?
I was.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah, I was nervous. And because that was also the first time we met each other in
Yes,
person.
ma'am. Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, there was a little bit of that nervousness, and not just because I was meeting you for the first time, but just for doing the platform with the podcast and all that, I was lacking confidence. And so, but today I feel like I'm meeting an old friend, and I just feel so much more relaxed. so yeah, that's how I feel.
Well, I would second that. I would say the confidence is there. You've done so many more podcasts since.
Mm-hmm.
The setup, even though it's hard to tell that you said you were nervous the first time, the setup went easy. It was great to see you again. It's just a natural flow. So confidence is very much.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well,
very evident.
I appreciate that. Well, see, you don't know this, but last time, remember how we had the lighting that was set up?
Yeah.
And because I was so new to that, and when I was packing up, I actually left the cables
Oh no.
here.
Oh no.
And so I never really bothered to ask them or call them back to ask them to like ship it back to me. So I ended up ordering a whole new set
Okay.
off of Amazon. And but no, that was just because everything was so new, and I forgot that there were cables, and so they were left like I think attached to their wall under their sofa.
Oh my goodness.
In the lobby.
That's right, because we had to move a lot of stuff.
Yeah, we did. We were furniture movers. Yes. So I guess we both answered that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. All right. Time for a hard one.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, geez, they're all stuck together. All right, let's go with this one. What's something you've mastered externally but are still figuring out internally?
Oh my goodness.
Geez, what's something you've mastered externally but are still figuring out internally? Well, external doesn't mean physical. I'm not going to go with, but something that I show but is still figuring out internally.
Well, we talked about how you produced and set up all these podcasts.
That is actually a perfect example
Mhm.
because how you felt that I was confident.
Yes.
But like I just shared with you internally, there was just wasn't sure how things would go and things. But I have learned that it's best to be myself and be authentic.
Yes.
And what I mean by that was because the first few episodes, when I played them back, I thought to myself, I said a lot of ums and, and I don't know, I can't even repeat them because they just come out naturally.
Yes, ma'am.
And so I thought to myself, well, gosh, I really got to start nipping those little things that come out of me. And the funny thing is that when I do my presentations, none of those things come out. Because in this setting, it's supposed to be more casual, right?
Yeah, it's a conversation.
So in my conversational side, I tend to use things like and and so I decided I'm not going to nip it. I'm just going to let it flow, and if it comes out 20 times during our podcast, so be it.
So be it. Authenticity is critical, right?
Yeah.
Because you have so many facets of your life. You have all your professional commitments, you have your personal commitments, you have all these things, all these relationships. If you're trying to, unless you're like totally centered on yourself, you can't be different people.
Oh, 100%.
Incorrectly, because it'd be too much to keep up with.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So the authenticity is critical.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's part of this new phase of my life is I'm trying to share with others how important it is for us to remove these different, I was calling them like facades or different hats that we would wear in different situations, right? Because it takes energy when we're doing that, right?
Yeah.
And so it's just much easier when you just feel comfortable with one voice, and you can use that one voice in any environment, right?
Exactly.
And so that's what I'm kind of finding myself doing and feeling more confident in doing. All right, so how are you going to answer it?
Oh my goodness.
I know it is a hard one.
It is a hard one, and it can go any which way. So something that's superficial, but very much a part of me, it may seem superficial, is travel.
Okay.
Business travel.
Okay.
So I have everything mapped. I have all the things. I've got global entry, I have TSA pre-check, all the flavors of TSA pre-check I have clear. I know how to get to the Atlanta airport, down to the minute, where to park. I have the entire workflow on travel externally.
Okay.
Internally, I'm a nervous wreck.
Wow.
I know exactly how things are going to go because I've done it every week for years. But I'm a planner. And then I'm always thinking one step ahead, and it's always, well, what if it doesn't take an hour to get to Katy? Because this is basically a trip to the airport for me. And it didn't. It took a lot longer, and I was a wreck. But
in the car, you were?
Yeah, I was. I was just like, oh my goodness. And I'm seeing the accidents pile up on the navigation system. And now I'm worried about what will I see when I get there. You know, I hope everybody's okay. And kind of it's horrid that I'm going to be late so badly. But yeah, so the external flow to get to the airport and then go all over the world to do business, easy peasy. But internally, I'm a wreck almost every time because it's like, what if it doesn't go right?
Yeah.
Right? My life is built upon backup upon backup upon backup. Like I changed the route to get here.
As you're talking about that, I think I used to be like that. And I've been practicing more and more to let go of those what ifs.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, I just try not to worry about those what ifs and just let it happen, if that makes sense. So for me being late, I just tell myself, no, I'm on time.
I'm on time, yes.
My time. I'm on time. No, but it's because it's a mindset. I tell myself it is better, and I'm sure everybody else will appreciate that I get there safe.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? And so if it turns out that I'm 5 minutes late, 10 minutes late, 15 minutes late, whatever it is, right? I'm shedding that anxiety by telling myself, hey, why are you getting yourself all like knotted up internally? I think everyone else will be happy to know that whatever time I get there, as long as I'm safe, you're good. So that's the mindset I've been using to kind of like work out that internal knot.
Be safe and present.
Yeah. And I've learned this from some other people. They always say that sometimes those delays are kind of like a divine intervention. You know, and I also believe in that.
Yes.
And so so life is good, and that I'm not late. I'm on time.
I'm safe and I'm present. I love it.
All right, you go ahead and pull a soft chew.
Okay. Take this one. I'll put these three back in there. All right. So this one says, "What's one moment recently that made you think this is why I do what I do?" What's one moment recently that made you think this is why I do what I do?
You go first.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, but I need some more time to think about that.
Okay. So I get this almost every day when I put in my contact lenses.
Okay.
So
What do you get?
I hate myopia. I
Okay.
am very much into myopia management, and I'm not a clinician. I am a normal human being. Not that clinicians are abnormal, but you all have a skill, okay? I don't. And I have been on a myopia journey since I was in college. I went to the Air Force Academy. I wanted to be a fighter pilot, but I failed my graduation physical for my eyes because my myopia progressed in college, which happens, right? For all the reasons we know. So every time I put in my contact lenses, I'm always reminded that if I had had some intervention early on, I could have been a fighter pilot. So every day I'm reminded of, I speak about myopia, I'm involved in the myopia industry, I do everything I can to help the clinicians advance the cause and treat the disease because I have it. And if somebody had been this much of an advocate 30, 40 years ago, perhaps.
I know, we didn't have much options.
We didn't have, right?
Yeah.
Right? So every day I'm reminded, this is why I do what I do. It's pretty cool. I mean, I don't begrudge it.
Yeah.
Because I've had a good life. But yeah, there's a lot of what might have been, especially when I was in my 20s and I was actively flying in the Air Force.
Well, especially if that's what you wanted to do,
Oh,
and if that was
all
like
my
a
life.
dream,
It was.
and then you're told you can't obtain that dream or attain that dream because of the myopia, it's it's disheartening, right?
It was, but I got to do great things.
Yeah.
Still got to fly.
You did better than great things. All right, what am I gonna say? What's one moment recently that made you think this is why I do what I do? All right. This was just yesterday. Yeah, this was just yesterday. You know, I love seeing my patients.
Yes, ma'am.
And the whole journey of this podcast with, you know, chewing on what really matters, you know, one story at a time, really started with these patient encounters and them sharing stories, right? And so yesterday, somebody that I've, you know, cared for ever since he was young, you know, shared that he got engaged, right?
Oh, that's cool.
And you know, and just the story about how he was proposed, it was simply amazing. You know, I don't even know if this ends up being like HIPAA compliant, but it's not health related. But it's such a beautiful story about the proposal. And so what I'm trying to say is that when my patients, you know, share these personal experiences, it's like I'm living in that moment with them, if that makes sense. And so, and that is a reminder of how what I'm doing as an optometrist, it was all meant to be. And because I'm so much a part of their life.
You are?
I am, because, you know, for practicing, you know, this year will be 31 years of practicing, and almost 4.5 generations of patients. You know, you really do get to see their journey, their own journeys, and I get to celebrate with them. I mean, I've gone to weddings, and you know, I'm sad to say, but I've also gone to funerals. I've been in hospital rooms with some of my patients who are dying of cancer. You know, and I've gone to, baby showers, you know, and it's just beautiful when I get invited to be part of their lives. And so, yeah, so that's what I'm going to say, is something that reminds me of why I'm doing what I'm doing, is these wonderful patient encounters.
That's tremendous.
Oh, yeah. I would never, how should I say it? You know, back in the day, I used to say, oh, I had wanted to be a teacher. And my parents were the ones that convinced me to go into healthcare, you know, just because of our Asian culture. It was just like, no, you can't be a teacher. And no regrets. So, All right, what was that? Was that a...
That was a soft.
Oh, that was a soft one?
Yes.
Okay. All right, here's a hard one. What's something about you that people would only understand after spending time with you in person?
You want to go first?
Yeah, but I think my answer is pretty simple.
Okay.
I think when somebody meets me, gets to spend time with me, they're gonna realize that I'm the same person. Like from whatever they had seen or read or whatever, that when they actually meet me, I'm no different. I'm the same person. And I think that's pretty cool.
That is very, very cool.
I think so too.
That is mine also. And I've got stories around the world where I've met people and they're like, oh, we already know you. But the one thing that I think is very interesting for people to find out is I'm deathly afraid of heights. Deathly.
You had shared that last
deathly.
time.
Deathly afraid of heights, to the point where I won't go out on a balcony.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can't even see it on TV. The pit
Even
of my
to
stomach.
this day?
To this day, yeah. Always.
Okay. What was that movie that you always say it's a Christmas movie?
Die Hard.
Yeah. Weren't there a lot of elevator scenes in that one?
Elevators I'm cool with. Actually looking over
Oh.
and looking down, big deal. And like, I'll be hiking or something like that, and I will literally not look down. I won't look where my feet are going, because there's a couple places that I've been on the trail where it's very narrow.
Yeah.
And so I just hug the rock face.
Wow.
People make fun of me, in a sense,
Yeah.
and then they realize I really am frightened.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of creep around.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And has it escalated more as you got older, or it's been the same ever since you were young?
It's been the same, and I've done things to try to break it. You know, I haven't had therapy, so to speak. I am a parachutist in the military. I have jump wings because I was trying to get rid of it. I would jump out of airplanes to try and get over the fear of heights.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. I still did the jumps, but...
And what happened to your heart at that time when you jumped? Did it stop beating?
No, I was 20 years old, so I was invincible.
Wow. No, it's just incredible that with this fear that you still, even though you haven't overcome it, you still did actions that appeared to be like you overcame it. So
yeah, I would try to.
Yeah. That's amazing.
It's just kind of one of those funny things, because like in the Air Force, people would laugh at me.
Yeah.
And you'd have to overcome it.
Yeah.
But it's not like I was standing on the edge of anything. I wasn't in the Army, I was in the Air Force, and I was in a plane.
Yeah.
But yeah, people always found that ironic. That,
you know, I don't know if this is a fear of heights. I don't know if it is a fear of heights, but even today at the airport, at the Atlanta airport, there's that escalator that just...
Oh, the big one, yeah.
The big one. You have to go up, and then later you have to go down. Going down is that I have no problems. But that escalator, if I'm standing there with my bag and it's going higher and higher, that last few steps as it's finishing up the climb, I am terrified, because all of a sudden my mind is thinking, what if I lose balance and I fall down?
Yeah.
So those last few steps, I can't wait to quickly hop
off
onto the ground.
That's funny.
Yeah, but I've always been like that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just
the anticipation of the
of
climb.
just worry about falling backwards. So I don't know if that's related to fear of heights, but it's just more of the fear of falling and falling hard, because that's a long drop back.
It would be a long drop back, but luckily people will catch you.
Yeah.
Because we're in the South.
That's true.
People are usually polite unless they're driving.
As soon as I got off the airplane today, and then I'm walking through the gate, and there's somebody there greeting me.
Yes.
Saying good morning to me.
Yeah, good morning. Yeah.
It doesn't happen in LA.
Though that is a beautiful airport now that they've renovated it.
Well, beautiful airport, but beautiful people.
Yes, very beautiful people.
Yeah.
Beautiful weather, amazing weather.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know today's good weather, because last time when I came, it was chilly.
It was chilly, it was cold, it was damp.
And I think there was a period where you guys had one of the coldest, you guys had...
In January.
Yeah. are they called flurries or what are they called?
Snow flurries, yeah.
Yes, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you guys normally don't get
Yeah,
snow,
it'll
but
shut
it was
down
so
the entire
cold
town. Yeah,
that.
we don't have any trucks. We don't have sand. We don't have anything because it doesn't snow here.
All right, so that was a hard one.
Okay. If we recorded this podcast in a completely different setting, where would it be and why?
Different setting.
Different setting.
Where would it be and why? All right, I'm going to go first.
Certainly.
We would have it in LA.
Yeah.
And, but I'm thinking, I don't know why I want to say this, but Disneyland.
Oh, in Anaheim. That'd be awesome, actually.
I don't know what it is, but I can see both you and I wearing Mickey ears and
love the Mickey ears.
doing our podcast. Because you would just be totally good with it.
I would. I love Disney.
Yeah.
I love Disney. I have 3 children.
Yeah.
We only live an 8-hour drive to Orlando.
Yeah.
And that is what we would do it all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
because
love
we
it.
got Florida ticket rates.
Yeah.
So it was, long weekend. We go to Orlando, Universal, Disney, all the parks.
Nice.
I love Disney.
Oh, there's one park, Animal Kingdom.
Yes.
That's my favorite park. I mean,
Rafiki,
we'll do the circuit,
Yep.
but for whatever reason, that Animal Kingdom is just, it's nice.
It is. It's really
Yeah.
cool. The big tree, the tree of life, all the things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
I mean, it's because it's built by Disney.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? But it's like when I first went to the park, I think there was a little bit some resistance. I was like, oh, I want to spend more time at Disney,
Yeah.
right? And I thought, oh, it's going to be like the one in LA, you know, like kind of like, or San Diego,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like an animal safari thing. But it was, I had one of my best times there. Yeah. Just the planning and the development of all the different themed sections. It was incredible. So
It's an amazing customer experience.
And great food. I
Yes.
remember we had like almost, not fine dining, but it was, I think we were in one section that it was kind of like, they were trying to showcase like Mongolian, or was it?
Epcot.
No, but this was at Animal Kingdom.
Oh, it was at Animal Kingdom.
Yes,
Oh.
yes. And it was delightful. It was delightful. All right, so where would you pick?
So I would think I would like the beach. LA,
Okay,
the beach.
okay.
The sun's going down.
Okay.
That's a thing for me. I love the photos you'll
Yes.
send from your home. And the sun's going down, and it's perfect weather. You know, it's 78 to 81 degrees, and a very light breeze off the ocean. And we would just be doing this.
Nice. And I'm not trying to rub it in, but it's like that every day.
Yes, it is. It's beautiful. It's absolutely
We
beautiful.
don't get snow flurries.
No, it's a blessing. The weather in Los Angeles is a blessing.
Have you ever lived in LA?
No, but I visited there a lot, and
Yeah.
I'm from Northern California, and I have lots of family, or I used to have lots of family in LA.
Yeah. Which part of Northern California?
I'm from a little town called Vacaville. It's midway between Sacramento and San Francisco.
I've heard of it. I just don't know. But you
There's
just
an Air Force
described
base
where.
there. Yeah,
Oh, okay. I think that's how I heard about it.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Travis Air Force Base. That's where I graduated from my last high school.
There's another Air Force base where a lot of the rockets get Vandenberg.
Vandenberg. It's north of LA. Yes.
Okay.
I've been there.
Yeah, that one's closer to.
It's very pretty.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's Solvang. I don't know if you. It's like a little Dutch
Yeah. Mhm.
community. It's around that area.
I've heard of it.
Yeah. So I did see a rocket launch one time.
That's cool.
from Vandenberg, and so yeah, I don't know when you said Vacaville.
Vacaville. Yeah.
Vacaville. I just thought, oh, there's another one that starts with the letter V, but that's closer
Solvang,
to.
yeah.
Okay,
I think it's your pull.
my pull. What belief has quietly evolved for you since the last time we sat down together? You know, I have to say my staff did a good job.
Yeah, they did. Oh my goodness.
What belief has quietly evolved for you since the last time we sat down together? Do you know?
I could give it a go.
Okay,
but,
you go.
Okay, yeah, because this is a hard one. There's
I mean, I can go too.
There's so many. I think the one that's really evolved for me the most is the importance of family. I know it may sound trite, but it's really deepened since we went through the holidays, and now we just went through the Easter holiday. And my oldest two are progressing in their lives, and they're very happy relationships, and there's possibilities for that.
Yeah.
So every time I meet their significant others, I'm like, you might end up being my daughter-in-law, or my sister, or my brother or son-in-law. And then I've got my youngest, who's just going through the time of his life where he's 20 and he's coming into his own belief system and where he wants to go and all that kind of stuff. And my adult children are becoming closer to my wife and I. And the fact that my father's living with us. So we've got 3 generations. Whenever we get together, it's 3 generations in the house. And that is very powerful.
It is.
Really come together since Christmas.
Wow. And when did your father move back?
He came.
Because he was in Hawaii, and then
Hawaii.
you brought him back to Georgia.
Yeah, in March of last year.
Oh, so very recent.
Yeah, so it's been a year since he's been with us.
Okay.
Yeah, and in fact, he went back in March for, that's my parents' wedding anniversary. So he went home, back to Hawaii, to the same places that he and Mom used to go to when they were together. And then we rotated the family in and out, and friends and stuff like that, because they were there for like 3.5 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was stormy and cyclone-y. And
so does he still have a place there? Or
no, not at all.
Okay.
But there's all these resorts, military resorts. So he'll go, and there's like one particular one on the island of Oahu that he and my mom used to go to every year religiously for their anniversary. So that's where he went for those particular days.
Yeah, yeah. I know these military resorts. They're beautiful.
Yes.
Have you been to the one in Florida?
Oh, Shades of Green?
Yes.
No, but my daughter went there with her boyfriend for a trade show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had stayed there. Yeah. So my ex husband, he was retired Air Force.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And well, he went straight from being 17 to the Army,
Oh, wow.
not knowing really what he was going to do, right? But then the Army really prepared him to do healthcare, because he ended up being placed doing like dental, like a dental hygienist kind of thing. And so then after he finished his 4 years, I think, with the Army, he used the GI Bill to go to college, and then thinking that he was going to go into medicine. So he just went into undergrad with biology, pre-med, and all that. And then he graduated from the University of Michigan, and then he was going to apply to med school. Then all of a sudden, one of his buddies in the Air Force convinced him to come back into the military, but join the Air Force as a commissioned officer. And then he just spent the rest of his career with the Air Force.
It's amazing how life takes a turn.
Yeah. And so how did I even get to that story?
Shades of Green military resorts.
Yes, and so that's how we got to stay. Yes, and it's beautiful. Beautiful. So what am I going to say to this question is, what belief has quietly evolved for you since the last time we sat down together? I think for me, I don't know if it's a belief. I would call it more of a discipline.
Yes, ma'am.
I guess. To be patient. And I'm not saying, when I say patient, meaning that I'm normally like somebody that's not patient. I think more of just remaining patient and calm and at peace, because I don't need to feel like I have to be the one that's controlling everything that's happening in my life. And that if I just, be at peace and relax and be patient as to what is going to come next in my life. I feel very, how should I say it? There's a calmness with that patience.
Grounded.
Yes, grounded. That's the perfect word. Yes, and that's where I am right now. Since the last time I saw you, I've been more and more grounded.
Would you say, this is
Yeah.
interesting, would you say that it's an evolution of wisdom in your life? If you look at your entire life, have you become more patient and calm and grounded and centered as you have experienced more of life, and it's manifesting, wisdom is manifesting in these things?
I'm gonna say absolutely. You know, the wisdom. I mean, you know how sometimes you can have a child say something, they're like, "Oh my gosh, he has so much wisdom beyond his years," right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think I don't really want to say that it's based on us getting older, because you can have somebody that's maybe in their 20s or 30s,
Mm-hmm.
and they have so much wisdom. And I think it's really coming from life experiences that
Yes, it
we've
is.
gone through, right? And so, you know, I shared a little bit last time on our podcast about some of the trials that I had to go through as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and being abused as a child, that trauma stays with you, because the tools that I used to survive that trauma was tools that I came up with.
Mm-hmm.
So they're coping mechanisms,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And thank goodness my coping mechanisms were healthy
Yes.
coping mechanisms. But I also do believe that it presented challenges for me. Like, I have learning disabilities, and I really do believe some of my learning disabilities. So you see why these are cut like this?
Mm-hmm.
It's difficult for me to read a whole page.
Oh, I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. I have to, and then if you notice, I read it,
Mm-hmm.
but then I repeat it and I say it out loud.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
all
wow.
This is all part of me, how I learned to cope.
I did not know
Yeah,
that.
I've been doing this all my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So it's kind of neat how this has presented itself in this platform.
Yes.
By pulling questions out.
Yeah,
It
I
helps-
just thought it made sense coming out of the
Yeah,
back.
but it helps me.
Yeah,
it helps me.
manifests. That's neat.
Yeah, and so what I'm trying to say is that, you know, I think just going through all these experiences and having whatever tools I had at that time in my life has allowed me to go to the next phase of my life. And each time, each phase, it's like there are more trials for me to go through, more challenges and things like that. But then I feel like each time, you know, the only way that I have been growing is because I take each trial and I go, what am I learning from this?
Mm-hmm.
And I have friends, they have gone through trials, and I know, and they feel stuck because they can't see the lessons learned.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's more like they're stuck in that phase of still thinking, why is this happening to me?
Right.
Right? And I always try to like tell them, you know, the only way you can move to the next level is like you got to have that mindset of seeing that there's something being learned. There was a wisdom that's going to come from that experience.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's so overwhelming that they can't see it yet. And so I feel very blessed that I've been practicing it, you know, more and more. It's something you have to practice and then get better at it, you know, and so that's where I am. Yeah. All right. Do you want to see if we do one more round?
One more round.
Yes, one more round. Soft chew, and then we'll do a hard chew. And I hope my phone has not died. Shortage of battery.
What's one thing people assume about you that isn't quite accurate? What's one thing people assume about you that isn't quite accurate?
For me, I mean, I would think that they think I have it all together.
You do certainly come across that way.
you know, I keep myself busy, and so maybe that's why it looks like I have it all together. Well, I do have it together, but I think people think that I don't rest,
Uh-huh.
but I do. I do rest. And so, but my resting is still productive, if that makes sense.
Yes.
You know, and so I don't know how else to say it, but like, you know, just little things, the self-care, having coffee is a big deal. Like making sure that I have coffee in the morning between 6 a.m. and 8 a.m. That's where like people think, you know, like, how are you always creating these posts? That's when I create them. That's when they come to me, and then I write them, and then I send them out. They usually come out at 9 a.m.
Yes. Or you'll text me. I mean, I've gotten texts from you. Yeah.
Well, you know why I text you? Because I've learned from some of my friends who post, it won't show up in my feed until like 2 weeks later.
No, it won't. Yeah,
right?
It's new now.
The
algorithm.
I thought, you know, as soon as you posted that the people who are following you, it'll be first on their feed. And so after I've noticed that was happening on my feeds, I'm like, okay, well, I want Tony to know that I posted it today. So that's why you'll get those little ones. I hope you don't mind.
No, not at all, because I'll actually go look at it. I mean, you see that I see it.
Because otherwise you'll see it like 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
And by that time it's like, okay. All right, you want to, do we both answer that one? No.
Just you had. So a lot of people think that I'm a raging extrovert. That is not the case at all.
You're an introvert?
No. So if you think of extroversion, introversion on a 1 to 10 scale.
Yeah.
So I usually show up as a 9 or a 10, usually, depending on the situation. I'm actually closer to a 6 or a 7.
Okay.
And so, you know, early to bed and early to rise. So I will leave between 9 and 10. It won't be an Irish goodbye. That'd be a true introvert. But I will leave. I'll start saying goodbye at 9, which for my wife, who is a 12 on the 1 to 10 scale.
Okay. I need to meet your wife one of these days.
She is amazing, right? So, but she is a 12. And so it's just like, we just got here. Like, no, we got here 4 hours ago. This was a barbecue. It's now time for bed.
That's funny. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I think I'm a 12. I'm off the 10. I'm off the 10. I'm off the 10. All right.
Okay.
And what's your wife's name?
Robin.
Robin. All right. All right, Robin, one of these days I am going to meet you in person. Maybe in LA. What's something you said on your first podcast that you would answer differently today? I can't remember the question.
I can't even remember the questions. Yeah,
What's something you said on your first podcast that you would answer
you
differently
try a new one?
Yes.
Yeah.
My memory is not that great. Okay. What's a conversation you've been avoiding that you know would change something if you had it? Wait, what? What's a conversation you've been avoiding that you know would change something if you had it? Oh, this is hard for me. You go first.
So I actually had the conversation, but I can describe it. The biggest thing, so as a parent, you love your children unconditionally, right? And my youngest is in that stage of his life where he's trying to find himself and figure out what he's going to do. But one of the things Robin and I were talking about is, you know, he's living in a college town. He's far enough away, but he's close. So we're still in his life. But he needs to get a job. He needs to settle down on what he wants to do because he's been living his best life.
Have you ever talked about the military?
I have not. I have not talked about the military with any of my children because I'm selfish. Which is, I mean, I think we've talked about it, you know, now that I'm a parent, to think what my parents went through, you know, when I was 22, you know, and they're watching me on CNN, well, watching the war on CNN, you know, but anyway, but yeah, it was like, you need to have a job, you need to like pick a path of some kind, you have plenty of time in your life, so if you decide to go this way, you got 20 years to fix it. Right? Or calibrate or gain wisdom and life experience.
Yes.
And we had that conversation.
Recently?
Yeah, the last 3 weeks. And he still came home to see us.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Well, because that means that he's honoring that conversation. if that makes sense.
He leaned into it. And
Yeah, yeah.
Generationally, so here's something interesting, right? So we would normally have these on the phone if we're not going to do it in person at similar stages in life. We started texting because he had a problem trying to express himself on the phone or FaceTime. We FaceTime a lot as a family. But he's like, can we just start this out with text? I'm like, we need to talk about just kind of life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You're spending too much money kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so we texted a lot for like 2 or 3 days, and then we talked, and then this weekend he came home. Yeah, and we talked about it.
Oh, good. I wasn't sure if he came home and nothing was said, so
we
good.
Talked. Yeah, like yesterday we went in the car to go get emissions changed,
Aw.
but we ran an errand together.
Yeah.
And just me and him in the car.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
we talked about it. So it was kind of cool.
No, that is cool. That is
cool.
That is cool. All right,
Conversation that you've been avoiding.
You know what? It is with children.
It is
with adult children.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I'm going to just say it in very global terms, but you know, when as a parent or a single parent, and you generously give out money,
yes,
to your children, adult children, you know, at some point, it's like you want to have these conversations, and it's the same thing. It's very similar, and because you don't want to sever that relationship, but at the same time, it's like this is a hard talk that you need to have because it can't keep going forever.
No, it can't.
It can't, and especially if you have children that maybe one respects it earlier, and then one maybe
just doesn't see it. They just don't see it at all.
Yet. Yeah. And so you know, but I think that is something where it's getting much better now. Not perfect, and I still have to do the little kind reminders, but you know, it's a hard one.
So what are you doing for the rest of the day?
So for the rest of the day, you know, I have beanies in the afternoon, but the other big thing is getting ready for my hike on the Appalachian Trail in the spring. So I'm trying to decide between 50 and 70 miles, but the key thing is logistics to get from here halfway into North Carolina to drop me out and then pick me up.
Were you recruiting?
My whole family. So they're going to turn it into kind of a day trip to Gatlinburg and Knoxville, Tennessee, and stuff like that.
Wait, how long is the drive?
Be about 5 hours.
5 hours. And then you're going to spend...
About 10 days.
10 days. Okay.
Yes.
Wow. All on your own.
Yes. But you're never alone on the Appalachian Trail.
Yeah. I mean, from seeing your video posts, there's always people that you're meeting, and also bears.
There are bears. There's a lot of bears.
I remember there was one post that you had a bear sign.
Yeah. Yeah, that's all over the trails. It's like, just be bear aware.
Bear aware.
Yeah. I love the National Park Service.
I don't know if I would ever be brave enough to go hiking overnight on my own. I don't know. It's just, I would be so afraid of bears.
Surrounded by people. It's fun.
Yeah. No, I love camping, but you know, with the whole group. And so maybe one of these days.
How about you? What are you doing the rest of the day?
Today, I'm here on a business trip, but my main part of the work isn't until tonight.
Okay.
And so, today, you know, I still have a few 4 hours. Probably go visit some doctor accounts like that, and just see, you know, how they're doing, and just an easy way of just, how should I say it? This is what I love to do, is to share my own experience with like fake contact lenses and things like that with my own practice. And so if I'm able to kind of share a little bit around, and we were talking about wisdom, you know, wisdom comes from experience, right? And so 30 plus years of practicing and heavily concentrate contact lenses and now myopia control and all that. It's just stuff I love. And so, but thank you again for being here. and driving an hour and a half or more today to be with me. So I totally appreciate it. I want to thank all my followers for sharing their time with us. And as I always lead every day boldly, live out your life purposefully, and see everything as clearly as possible. And so enjoy the rest of today. And until next time, take care.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye-bye.